Hello Internet, my name's Darryl Webb and today we're going to have a look at the new Olight Perun 3. We're going to go a quick look at its specs. I'm going to show you how it works, the menu, some of its new features which is really cool. Then we'll just go on, we'll show you lots of beam shots or whatever. I'll do some quick pros and cons. We'll keep it a short video, but you get to see what it's all about. Most importantly with this one, there isn't a sale coming up from Olight, but also this one's actually really affordable for a 21,700 battery. This guy's going to be in $80 something. Normally when you look at 21,700 lights, you're sort of that $140 on sale. This one's down in the 80s, so check this one out. Alright, so this is the Perun 3, a high performance headlamp with white and red light sources. It's got 3000 max lumens on turbo and it's got 160 metres of throw. Also, if you're in Australia now and some other countries there, they've got a lifetime warranty, which is pretty good. Alright, obviously I've got this out and I've been using it, but in the packet, you've got that thanks for being part of the Olight family. You've got your typical little warning stickers and whatnot. The light would be in there. And then also in here, you can see there's a little owner's manual, the headlight, the strap, and there's a lanyard and a little tool there. We'll just get them out because I actually haven't opened them. I've looked at the book, that's it. Gotta get my hand in there. Yeah, so that's I think it'll just be the standard MCC3 charging lead. Yes it is, so that's just that standard Olight charging method. It works good. It's good having the same chargers for all your Olight gear, and there's also a little lanyard in there and a little hook tool to put that lanyard on. I'm not going to use it that way, so I haven't bothered. Let's go really quick. We won't go in depth in its specs, but I do know people like to see some of them. It is the 21,700 battery, so she's definitely got more runtime than my little Perun Mini. Okay, specs there. Alright, on turbo it'll go 3000 lumens for 2 minutes, then drop down by 27% for another 180 minutes. It's got high 600 lumens, medium is 120 lumens, low is 30 lumens, and moonlight is 5 lumens. There's also two red light modes, a 60 lumen red mode and a 15 lumen red mode. Having that 60 is fantastic, but the 15 is still quite bright enough for most things. On that 15 lumens you got 70 hours of runtime and 14 hours on the high on 60 lumens. Typically you're probably going to the way I would use the light walking around camp and things like that. Medium's a good bright light at 120 lumens and it'll run for 25 hours like that, so pretty impressive specs. Move that out of the way, I'll just show you some of the basic ways it sort of works. So pretty much, I'll give you a quick look at the battery, because on a torch like this, the battery is actually pretty important. So it's a 5000 milliamp hour customized lithium battery. So big run times with that 5000 milliamp hour. They are customized, you can't use a normal one of them, but the batteries are affordable if you decided you needed more from Olight. I've never had any problems with the batteries. Then the light itself, so that's this little clip. It's actually recessed there so you can leave the belt clip on, turn that off, and that's the light itself. It's a 3 optics in there with a little red one in the middle, so I guess that makes it 4 optics, but no reflector really for that. There is on there a little battery indicator. When you press it on, it's a bit hard to see in this bright light, but there's a little dot in there and it will go green, amber, red as the battery goes down. For basic stuff you've pretty much got just turn it on and then you can hold it and it goes through its modes, low, medium, high, and if you want turbo you double click it and it will go to turbo, and that's crazy bright at 3000 lumens. There's also a sensor in there. The sensor's done a little bit different than some of the older models. It's pretty much, if it's got an obstruction within the first half a second you turn it on, it won't hit turbo. So pretty much if it's really close and you try to put it on turbo and then double tap it, it drops back down to a lower setting, so you won't burn your pockets or burn something in your bag if you had it in your bag, for instance. There's also a few other modes on there. There's some timing modes. You've actually got, so you can put some timers on it, so it actually automatically turns off. For the red feature, you would have seen, you just double tap it on red and you've got low red, which is actually quite bright at night, and you've got double tap it again and you've got the high red, which is very bright at night. And for moonlight, if you just hold it on, it will go to moonlight mode, and obviously when it was on that, if you hold it on, keep holding it, it goes to lockout. Then when you press it, it's actually locked out. To get it, hold it in, and it's out of moonlight mode. So pretty simple. It's very plays in. If you've used other lights before from Olight, then you're not going to have any dramas with the way it works. Nice and simple. Now, the head strap adjustability, it's got this, I guess it's like soft silicone thing. It's meant to, I guess that you'd call that typically a sweat band, so it doesn't run down your forehead if you're sweating. This is not the type of light I would use if I was running or anything like that, just for its fact that it's got a bit of weight to it. I guess we could have seen the weight there on the specs. So its weight is, including the battery, 150 grams or 5.29 ounces. So it's got a bit of weight. It's about as big a light as I would like to have on my head. But with that third strap over the top, it's not too bad. Anyway, that's it. Let's look at some beam shots. Okay, so I'm just standing 10 meters from this metal fence here, and I'll just show you the red mode. So I'll just go double click and we'll go to red low. You can see that there. That's at 10 meters, which is pretty impressive. Then we'll go double click again for red high. As you can see, I'll walk down there and you can actually sort of see it. It's pretty good. And at that same 10 meters, we'll just put the light on so you can actually sort of see maybe part of the beam profile. If I sort of go left and right, you can sort of see that it's quite a wide, like it's got a lot of flood, but it's got a large hot spot in the middle, which is already sort of taller than what that fence is at 6 foot. Anyway, we'll go a little bit higher. And I'll sort of put that down to the up and down so you can sort of see that hot spot. Let's take it out to 100 meters. Okay, down near that light post, there's a, to the right of that lamp post, there is a reflective sign. That is at exactly 100 meters. So we'll start off on low. Now obviously you're not going to be able to probably see that except for up close. Go one step higher. Just moving it around each time so you can sort of see it. We've got one step higher. Okay, I'm starting to see a bit of action lighting up the trees to the right. We'll go up a step higher. Now she's starting to become what I'd call proper bright. There is actually throwing light nearly all the way down to that reflective sign there in the middle of the screen. And that's back to low, so now we'll go turbo and we'll see all of that 3000 lumen goodness. And that's it. As you can see, it's actually lighting all the way down to that 100 meters quite easily. It's even chucking some light onto that the trees in the background above and to the right of the reflective sign at the centre of the screen. It's I believe that's probably about 120 to 130 meters, so pretty impressive. Pros and cons. This one's pretty simple. There wasn't really many sort of cons, nothing that I sort of find a great issue anyway. The only thing sort of noted is when it's in its when it goes in the mount, if you leave the clip on, like it's nice that they make it so I can go on there. I find it quite stiff to move. It might free up after using it more, but I've already used it sort of for, I've used it for one long weekend away and whatever, and it's still quite stiff. You sort of, if you want to adjust it, you need to use two hands. I did find if you take that the actual little clip off and just lock it in there, then you can move it a bit easier. And so it's not really much of a con anyway. Actually, some people might hate the fact that they move easy, and it might be a pro for them. Okay, so that's about it for the cons. Everything else sort of did really well. There was no bugbears, there was nothing that was sort of crazy annoying. You have to take in note, and this is a little bit of a con, is it's a big light. It needs to have the third strap over top. So if you're someone who likes to wear a baseball cap or whatever, you have to sort of put this on and then put the cap over top. It's not really much of a con, it's just when you go to the bigger lights in that 21700 form factor, the lights get a bit heavier. But obviously that's the only way to get those bigger run times is to have the larger batteries. On to pros. Now the main one is, besides the fact that it's built everything like typical Olight quality, it's got the 5000 milliamp hour 21700. Besides all those things is the red light. If you watch my channel, you know I do a lot of outdoor stuff. I do hunting and trapping and things like that, actually sort of for a bit of my work. I do pest control shooting, so I'm out all the time. Now red light has a couple of different uses. One is it doesn't scare game, nowhere near as easy. If you're hunting predators, you know, canine type predators like fox and wild dogs and things like that, then red light is definitely almost essential. You need to have it. It just doesn't scare game like white light does. And the other thing is that a lot of people don't think about is, everyone says, oh, it preserves your night vision on that, which it does do, but insects. If you're camping or fishing or doing anything in the warmer months of the year, if you put on a white light, you've got bugs straight to your face, and it can be really annoying. You end up walking around with the light off just because the bugs are driving you nuts. I've found, unless it's one of the most extreme bug nights, red light just doesn't attract bugs. I can walk around with it, and red light doesn't do it. No bugs. So this is the one I've been using. I've absolutely loved this little guy. This is the Mini. As you can see, double click it from the start, it's got a red light. I use this all the time for my hunting and work stuff, even my camping. Unfortunately, the battery's just a bit smaller, and you pretty much have to charge it at the end of each night. Now, I did have a Perun 2. I actually gave it away to a friend, just because I found I wasn't using it. It's a fantastic light, big and white and powerful, 2500 lumens, but at the end of the day, it didn't have red, and I really missed it. So this guy, I was super happy when they asked me if I wanted to review this one, because it's pretty much just a slightly upgraded version of the Perun 2, but with that red mode. The fact it's got high red and low red is also just a big pro. Okay, I guess that's my conclusion too. If you want to play around with some of the Olight head torches, which I do highly recommend, it's pretty much all I use now. I don't really use any other brands of head torches, and I've had lots to try over the years doing this stuff on YouTube. I pretty much always go to the Olight stuff now. This guy is still a good light. It's much smaller and a lighter one. But they are having a sale on this, and I'll just check out those details for you, because I do really said at the start of the video, this one's coming in a lot cheaper than what I would think. I would have guessed this would have been $120 to $140 on its sale. So the sale details are 8 PM on the 23rd of the 9th through to 11:59 PM on the 27th of the 9th, Australian Eastern Standard Time. The Perun 3 is up to 35% off at $88.86. I'll put a link in the description so you can check this out if you're interested in it. And also, if you're watching this at another time, or if you're interested in something else that's not on sale, I've got a 10% discount code. You can put that in OA10, it gives you 10% off. So win-win. Alright, that's it. That's my conclusion of the Perun 3. I like it. It's definitely not one that I'm going to give away or anything like that. This one is going to be with me for quite a long time, because it's mixed everything I loved about the Perun 2, but also it's mixed it in with the red light that I had on the Perun Mini, which I used all the time. It's definitely one of my favourite lights. This one now is just the best of both worlds. Alright, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button. Bye for now.